Well, good morning, Downsview, from our campsite here at Laurel Creek out in Waterloo. It's around 8:30 or so on Saturday morning, and we have our cheery little blaze. Very grateful for the opportunity that God gives us to be out here in this beautiful environment, and it was just impressing on me again and again today from Psalm number 8. O Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. We were walking back from our Friday night campfire last night, and Pam and I said, well, there's a spot just down the street here where you can see without any of the campground lights, and you can see all the stars. And again, just magnificent to behold God's amazing creation, and to think that in the midst of all of that, he cares at all about us. When I think about the heavens, the moon, and all the stars, what is man that you are mindful of him? That's the Son of Man, that you give 2 seconds of thought about him, if you'll allow me to paraphrase. That's how I felt. We have these beautiful birds that come to our bird feeder here. Of course, they don't cooperate when I show you, but let me see if I can show you some of them. Sometimes they come, or allow me to come quite close to them here. There are little nuthatches that come, and you think, you've got these little tiny birds that are around, and to be honest, it's almost a parallel, because I find myself looking like, what's the big deal? What are you doing looking at this tiny little bird? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, it's a big deal because it reflects something of the creative beauty and the creative kindness of our Lord. The creative beauty because we just drink it in. We find a calming, steadying influence, don't we, about in the midst of this very disconcerting world. And there's a creative kindness that God shows it to us. And in the midst of all of the changes and challenges that we have in this world, we can count on our Lord to show himself the good God that he is. And it's moving, isn't it? It's moving in the morning to think about how he's going to show us those new mercies every morning. I wish I could show you one of the blue jays, but I guess they're not up yet. This little it's a woodpecker, but he hangs upside down on the bird feeder, and you can just see the creative energy of the Lord. I think that's a nuthatch, that one, but he'll sit underneath. There's Alvin, our resident chipmunk that we see all the time, and this is the newer of the two bird feeders that we have. And every once in a while they'll come down on here, even when I'm just sitting here for a second. Well, you're not going to cooperate, of course. But that's a great thing that, of course, the Lord always gives us what we need when we need it, when we require it. I just want to encourage you on a Saturday morning just to prepare for the Lord's Day tomorrow. Just look outside your window, look down the street, look up in the sky, look at the birds perhaps that are in your area, what those cloud formations look like, the amazing changing colors of the trees. These are still, I haven't changed too much here out at Laurel Creek, but there's just something about the creative beauty and the creative kindness of God, and helps us to sit back and wonder, I hope, about why God would give a moment's thought to us. And yet he does that. You've made him a little lower than the angels, the scriptures say. You have set him with glory and majesty. And that doesn't mean that we're to be worshipped. That means that he's recognizing that what he's implanted in us is a certain kind of dignity made in the imago Dei, that Latin phrase for the image of God. Well, friends, again, I'm outside here under our tent, our dining tent, or sun shelter tent, I suppose it is. But we will not be under our tent on Sunday morning. As you know, we have just things have just come together this weekend that we weren't able to have any of our musicians available, as diligent as they've been and wonderful as they have been throughout the summer. It just didn't happen to work this week. And so we've decided that we will move back inside this Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. So same time, same place at the church, just inside the church rather than outside the church. And so if you can pop on the website, I think the reservation process may very well be up and running by now. Connor Kane, our webmaster back at Slate River Baptist Church, one of our Feb churches in Thunder Bay, young Connor, he's 11 years old, and he sets up our website for us so wonderfully. And of course, Catherine Avery, our reservation specialist, will be compiling those reservations if you go on the website. If you haven't done it, or you don't worry about that for this week. Colleen McDonald's actually going to step in for our regular Florence, and she'll be greeting you when you come in, and she will give you a seat assignment. So it looks like there'll be enough seats upstairs and downstairs for us to have this one service at 10 o'clock. If we have to expand in the coming weeks, be a nice problem to have. It sure would be better if we were able to just continue to pack ourselves in together upstairs, but for now we've got to keep that social distancing that we've mentioned. So tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock at the church, have a look at the first chapter of Galatians to see the priority of desperately wanting people to come to Christ, that they might enjoy the beauty of the creation in light of the Creator. See you tomorrow, friends. Cheers.